Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. I brought this video to you today because Bitcoin has just broken out. Or has it? Looking at these figures here in the middle of your screen, you'll see Bitcoin, the Bitcoin US dollar index trading 64,490-ish. And right below it is Bitcoin futures trading at less than $100 above spot. And it's been like that all weekend. So it's hard for me to believe that we're having any sort of bust a move to any sort of new all-time highs or anything like that, with futures trading barely above spot. Now it's a little over 100, but usually it's 300, 400, 700, 1,000 points above spot when we're having a big breakout. So that's that. Now, but what have we broken out of? What have we broken out of? Let me turn the Gaussian channel off here. We are now looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on a daily time frame. And we are looking, the dotted green line here is the Gaussian channel, daily Gaussian channel, the top. And this fluorescent green line is our neckline, if you'll remember from the last video. And we've broken above the daily Gaussian channel, as well as this neckline, which both are right there together, intersecting. Problem is, we haven't formed our right shoulder yet. For my inverse head and shoulders, the left shoulder started here, formed that, formed the head, and we don't have a right shoulder yet, although we've broken above that neckline, clearly, on the, I might add, on the hourly time frame. We got about 20 minutes to go to close a 4-hour candle. Now currently that is sitting at about 64,000, maybe just a hair above. So we'll see what happens the next 20 minutes. But that leads me to believe that well, maybe we close below 64,000 in the next 20 minutes and we form the right, continue to form the right shoulder. Or maybe I have my neckline wrong. Others have been calling out an inverse head and shoulders starting way back where? Let's go see. Well, they've been calling it like way back here. That's a shoulder. And that's a head, and this is another shoulder that we just completed. Problem is, you don't have a clear neckline there. It's kind of wonky. Now, if they kind of got it right, and this is the left shoulder right here, with the neckline, this white line you see in between the red line and the orange line there, this white line, start of the shoulder there, and then the start of the neck right here. And we would be finishing the neck right here if, in fact, this would go up to about 65.7. How high did we get? We got up to about 65. Oh, what the hell? We got up to 64.7. We need to get up to about 65.7. If in fact that white line, it would be our neckline there. Kind of poke through it here. We are on a daily time frame. Perhaps, as I was saying, here we are right now, currently 64,416. So we are having a little bit of a pullback, but and perhaps later on today, Monday, we do come up to about 65.7 and get a rejection there to form our right shoulder. But what's interesting is that I cloned this bright green line, this neon green line, whatever you want to call it, and which is the neckline I have, which is no longer valid unless we close below it in the next 20 or 10 minutes now. Shoulder, head, and this is our neckline. I cloned that and brought it up here. So you'll see a second line there. Now, if we switch to a weekly, nothing's really clear. These patterns aren't really clear. They're kind of choppy and sloppy, and so it's hard to figure out what's going on. And it's not just because there's lines all over the place. It's just the patterns are not clear. So I did clone that line and brought it up here. And if you can see that we did touch it here in the very beginning back in March. And then did kind of a little doohickey here. But then we touched it again there in April 8th. Formed, I guess you could call a shoulder here. And then touched it again in the beginning of June. And then we kind of formed like a, we formed a head here. It's not really clear, but this is on the weekly. And had a couple touches there. And then this would be our right shoulder then. And that would be closing. That would be reaching the neckline at about 67,900. Well, let's see. This week, if it did close this week, it would be about 67.9-ish. If it closed the following week, 67.8. Anyway, so around there. That could be a possibility. Could very well be a possibility. See, we got 2 weekly touches right there. Close. Well, 1 weekly touch and 1 close. And then these 2 here. Actually, this is, see, it's not really, okay, yeah. All right, there we go. This would be the start of the shoulder. There. There. And then here would be the finish of the pattern. Now, and that would probably get us heading upward in the blue parallel channels from here. But that's not much of a breakout. I guess we could, I guess it would be. We're looking on a weekly, so if we did come up following these white thin channels that I've drawn, we could be up around 85,000 next month, in the middle of next month. So that's one possibility. But if we're looking at it on a daily time frame here, which I've switched to, this is the shoulder here, and then you have multiple touches for on the neckline, and then this would be the head, and then this is the final shoulder right here. Problem is, this shoulder is really is a lot bigger than the head, and it goes down a lot deeper here. So it's not real. It's not. I don't like it. I don't like it. So the other alternative is, now that I'm on the daily time frame, I do want to look at one thing. So we've come outside above the top of the Gaussian channel. So we did break above it here. And we are coming back down. We're below 400 now. But we did break above it there. And I was wondering, has we broken above it recently? Yeah, we broke above it here. And we broke above it here and here. Those are all our touches. Where we've broken above it. Can we make a neckline? Now see, on the daily time frame, this is right there. But for this one, it's a little bit slop. It's not right on there. It's on this one over here, kind of. Let's see if I'm going to try to adjust that. Or you can take away all those other lines, and we are on the Coinbase versus Bitcoin versus US dollar chart now, and looking at our consolidation since March. You could have this purple channel, or purple downwards channel, because an inverse head and shoulders is simply the intersection of two channels. And this channel happens to be touching at our $73,000 high here. And it also touches, I drew it so that it would touch this point here, this low here, this low here, with the center line here on this low. And that just, if you drag that out, that so happens to hit this high here, as well as that high there. And we have broken above that purple channel. I do have the daily Gaussian channel drawn on here too, or turned on, I should say. And we broke out of that purple channel here on last Wednesday. Was that that was the FOMC meeting, right? So, or was that Thursday? I don't know. I don't remember. Regardless. Now, then I drew this green channel, which hits this low here and this low here, with the center line on this low. And I don't know what it's really doing here, but you do notice the recent price action holding the center line as support here. So that's something to note. And I see now we're down to 64.2. It's after 9 o'clock already. I've been thinking here a lot. So with the inverse head and shoulders being the intersection of two channels, really, that would give you a shoulder here, a head here, shoulder here. But what exactly is the neckline? It's kind of weird. Guess it would be this. It would be this from there through there. that would be our neckline. But see, the problem we have there is that our head he's got a weird neck. This guy's got a weird neck. Or possibly it's some sort of a two-headed creature. And we haven't formed the right shoulder yet. But anyway, regardless, with problem is we are holding the center line as support here. I was gonna say you could see us go like that, like that, like that, like that, come back down here, but we are holding this as support, so that would tell me that come up that way. It's all a bunch of nonsense. It's all a bunch of nonsense, I tell you. But what's interesting is that this intersection here is right around the CPI data release. CPI data release is the 9th. I imagine we get the PPI the next day. I'm just guessing. And then Friday, I don't know. I just don't know. Don't think we're breaking out now, though. I think we have one more pullback. See, we're all the way back down to 64 something. Let's look on my chart with all the lines all over the place. Let's turn the Gaussian channel off. We don't need that. So this is on a 1 hour chart. Oh, look at this. So we closed right below this red line here. Right at it. That tells me something. What is that red line? Aha. You know what? I was thinking this earlier. It's this channel right here. See this red line down here? And this is the top of that channel. And then this thin line above, I had, why did I put that there? I put it there because of something. Well, look at this. Because of that there. And so we got rejected right there at that red line. And we were just having a lot of price action along that red line. And where I placed that red line seemed to be where we got the most yeah. See, we got that right there, and then we got a lot of other action on it. We wicked right down to it here on the hourly. And it acted as resistance here as well as support at times. We just really kind of went back and forth across it. But it acted as a lot of times we closed hourly candles or wicked right up to it and got rejection or support right on that line. So that's why. Now, so let's switch to a 4 hour maybe and see if we can see a pattern here. It's this line here. So that would be the intersection of the two channels. It would be the intersection of our entire bull flag pattern channel here and this channel heading up here, which does catch that and does catch that right there. Did we look through it there? Let me see. No, it's right. Yeah, so it's the same channel as the Coinbase channel, but it stopped right there. It stopped right there. So that would be... I do believe we got one more shoulder to make. Guess we can make that right there. Let's make it go that way. I'm not sure where we're going. Yeah, I'll pause. You don't need to watch all this. All right, I got it. I got the neckline, I believe. Provided... Well, let's see. I drew this. I didn't draw this on the wick. You might have to pause again. Hold on. All right, well, I tried to take away some of the lines to make this a little bit clearer. I do believe I found our neckline. It is this purple line here. We just got this rejection right here at about 64,007.8. And we're all the way back under 64 now and underneath the daily Gaussian channel. But we have a long time left in the day, another 20 hours. So, but I do believe this makes sense if this is the neckline here where we just recently got rejected, and behind us then would be the head, and we hit here again back on August 26th and August 23rd. Forming the head. The left shoulder is then here, right? And we're looking at a daily time frame where this daily candle closes and opens here on the 1st of August. And you can see this trend line also has support there and has this candle wick here. And what else does it got going on back here? I don't know. Don't really know. That's about all it's got going on. So it does have this support here and this support here. As well as resistance there and support here in the middle of this. We came down to that and bounced off of it, which is really good. And we came back up to the top of our bull flag pattern there. That's strong. But then here, this is where it started acting as that made our shoulder here. The problem is this shoulder, that's our low, our recent low right here. But that's a wick. Remember, that was very, very brief. It was like a few minutes or something like that. So that makes more sense. That's a better looking head and shoulders pattern without this little wick thingy going on. There's the shoulder, there's the head. Now we're going to come down and form the right shoulder, I do believe. Makes a lot of sense. The problem is I just erased... I didn't erase it. I hid the red channels I was talking about earlier, but it looks like this blue dashed line. So if we form our shoulder, maybe we come down here. Maybe 58,000. Let me turn on those other lines and see if I got something better to offer. Before I do that, you can see this yellow line or white line, whatever color it is. I have my blue blocker on, so white is yellow to me. This yellow line does hit that, so maybe our shoulder would then come down maybe right there, about 55,750, just before the 9th of October, that weekend. Could very well be. And let me turn on these other. All right, well, I turned those other lines on, and it was this kind of fuchsia colored. Oh, that fuchsia colored channel is the bottom of our symmetric triangle. Gotcha. And that was parallel to the yellow line here, or white line that touches our here and here. So that makes a lot of sense. And yes, that means we have one more time down to our bottom of our symmetric triangle, and that this breakout above the symmetric triangle is a fake out. Possibly a lot of times, when I see this, a bust out above the symmetric triangle, it's simply widening the triangle and extending it. So we could even come down lower, maybe to this blue line, down to 52. I don't know. We'd have to stay above our previous low here. I was always thinking we'd come down to about 54. Let me take one of these, because I drew these. Well, with that one, let's take a different one. Well, whatever. We're going to take that one and clone it and move it over here. You know what? Let's just move it all the way over. To there. See if it gets us anything. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I gotta plug in my battery on my phone. Jesus Christ. Let's see if we did this. We'd probably want to start heading back up. Now, that's about 55. I don't know, let's see what happens. I think we're heading back down this way. Somewhere down here. Somewhere down here. Somewhere down here. Maybe a little bit low. Oh, this is where I thought we were heading, right here. Could very well be. Or did I think here? Anyway, we got lots of intersections. Got about 52 something. I think that might be too low. Maybe we come here. About 53, 6. Let's see what happens if we put this guy right there. Don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it there. We don't know. And, but what we do know is that I got to plug in my phone. Let me get up over and move over here. Oh, I just ran a half marathon yesterday, so I can barely move with 2,700 feet of elevation, almost 2,800 feet of elevation gain.